Today, we're going to be making the most perfect, most accurate tier list of every single starting QB in this 2025 season. So let's get into it. First of all, I decided to change this tier list because A, B, D, C, all of those is kind of boring. So I decided to put personal tier for every single QB. So right here we have elite, game changer, franchise guys, aging franchise QBs, players with franchise potential, players that are average but still have potential, bridge QBs, and I don't know yet. Now, first of all, we're gonna have to put the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, at elite. Josh Allen was amazing this season. He was basically like a one-man army. His wide receivers before they got Amari Cooper were not that good, but he really willed his team to the playoffs. Unfortunately, they got bounced out by Mahomes, but yeah, Josh Allen had an amazing season. So he's the first person to get put at elite. The next player to go to elite is the MVP runner-up, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had another amazing season, in my opinion. Should he have won this MVP? I'm not gonna say, but Lamar was amazing this season, and now that he has the weapons of DeAndre Hopkins and Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, I can't wait to see what he does this season. But yeah, third, we're gonna put Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes hasn't really been having good seasons for Patrick Mahomes standard. Like, I know they have switched to the style of playing with more possession, holding the ball for longer periods of time, but Patrick Mahomes, his passing yards have gone down. I really hope that he can go back to his gunslinger mentality where he was throwing bombs all over the field. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes is going in the league, and we're gonna have to put him there too. And last but not least, we have to put Joe Shiesty at elite. Joe Burrow was amazing this season. I'm not even gonna lie. He was just a few players away on defense from making it to the playoffs. He had an amazing season. He really could have won MVP if he had a defense. But yeah, he's the last player to round out this elite core. Next, we have game changers. The person I'm gonna put at game changers here is Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts up here. Next, I'm gonna put Jared Goff. And last but not least, I'm gonna put Justin Herbert. So, the reason why they're not an elite tier or franchise guys is, look, these guys, they're not just any franchise QB, but they're not quite on that elite tier just yet. So, I honestly put them in the middle between elite and franchise guys. So, I think game changer is the perfect place to put these three dudes. Next, we have franchise guys. These are guys who can lead a playoff and potentially a Super Bowl team. If you have one of these guys, you're set for a long time. So the first guy I want to put here is CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud had a down year, a sophomore slump, as you could call it, I guess. But his O-line really wasn't that good, and his wide receivers were hurt, so I guess I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But he definitely is a franchise guy for the Texans, and I can't wait to see what they do this year. The next player I'm going to put here is Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels had an amazing rookie season. Arguably one of the best seasons that a rookie has ever had, other than Justin Herbert's season. He's going to be this team's franchise for the next 15 years. He's an amazing player. Next, I'm going to put Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has finally found his home as a Buccaneer. He bounced around the league after getting released from the Browns, but he finally found his home, and now he's the franchise guy for the Buccaneers. I love his gunslinger mentality. The guy that I'm going to put at franchise guys is Jordan Love. Jordan Love was injured this season, so that affected the outlook on Jordan Love. But just 2 years ago, he had 32 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in his first year as a starter. I can't wait to see what he can do this year now that he's going to be fully healthy and now that he has some weapons like Matthew Golden. Last for franchise guys is Tua. Honestly, I think Tua has reached his peak as a football player. I don't think he's going to get better than what he is right now. But that's the Dolphins franchise QB. They paid him all this money, so he's their future. And whatever happens. He's not really good in the playoffs. He really can't handle the cold. Next, we have aging franchise QBs. These are QBs that are very talented, once considered franchise QBs that are playing at a high level still, but they're probably not in the team's 5-year plan going on in the future. So the first player that I want to put here is Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old, so he's not really the future of this team, but he really can take this team to big heights. He took them to the divisional round last year. Next, we have Dak Prescott. Honestly, I think Dak Prescott is underrated because people hate on him so much, but Dak Prescott is a really good quarterback. Now that he has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, I can't wait to see what he can do with this team this season. But yeah, Dak Prescott and Matthew Stafford are the two guys that go here. But next, we are on franchise potential. These are talented quarterbacks whose teams are happy with them, but will they ever win you a Super Bowl? These next few years are very crucial to these guys' future. First, we have Kyler Murray. I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like Kyler Murray has reached his maximum potential. Ever since that 2021 season, he's just really been mediocre. Maybe he's been injured, but yeah, I really think Kyler Murray has really hit his peak. The next player I want to put here is Bo Nix. Me personally, I didn't really expect Bo Nix to have this good of a season, but he really did have a great season with this Broncos team, and now he really looks like the franchise QB of this team. I can't wait to see what he can do in the next couple coming of years with Sean Payton. Next, I want to put Brock Purdy here. In my opinion, I think Brock Purdy is underrated. People really like to say, well, he's a system player, system god, but I think he was pretty good last season when most of his players were hurt. George Kittle was hurt. Brandon Ayuk was, hurt. Deebo Samuel was not good. They weren't good. I think Brock Purdy is kind of underrated. The last player that I want to put at this tier is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he really just looked like he was going to be a backup for the rest of his career. But ever since he went to the Minnesota Vikings, he basically survived his career. We can say that, yeah, he did have the best coaching in the league. Yeah, he had Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. But, yeah, he was really good this season. But the last couple of games, he did look really bad. And in the playoffs, he was really bad in the playoffs. But I can't wait to see what he can do in Seattle with Mike McDonald. Next, we have QBs that are average with potential. These are the QBs that are currently playing at an average to below average level, but they each have their moments where they look like they can be the future of these teams. The first player I'm going to put here is Trevor Lawrence. I feel like Trevor Lawrence has refused to take that next step. He's been around for several years now, and he's been talked about as a possible MVP tier capable player if things go right, but things just haven't broken right in quite a while. I do hope when they bring in Liam Cohen, he can design a better offense for Trevor Lawrence so he can flourish as a player. But the numbers just haven't been there, and hopefully he can come together. But yeah, the next two players that I'm going to put here is Caleb Williams and Drake May. They both had pretty mediocre seasons, but that's because the team around them was awful. Their coaching staff was awful. Matt Eberflus was terrible. Gerard Mayo, he was a little bit better, but hopefully this new season, now they have new coaches. Caleb Williams now has Ben Johnson, and Drake May has Mike Vrabel, and the team has drafted players for these guys. Hopefully they can become franchise players and live to the hype. But yeah. Lastly, average with potential is going to Bryce Young. Honestly, I didn't have a tier to put Bryce Young because I'm not gonna lie. Bryce Young really wasn't really that good this season. Like, look, what I'm trying to say is, okay, the first half of the season, he was not good. He got benched and stuff, but the second half of the season, he looked okay. But I think Bryce Young will succeed with the Panthers now that they have given him weapons in this new draft. I hope Ted McMillan and Bryce Young can connect and, kind of make a good quarterback wide receiver duo. Next, we have average players. These are QBs that are talented, but they need a good team around them for success. They can win you games, but they can also just as easily lose you some. These teams are content with these guys as their QB1, but if a good opportunity were to arise, they would be replaced in a heartbeat. Before I put this one, just pretend that this is Aaron Rodgers. First of all, we have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why the Steelers want Aaron Rodgers so bad. He's now at a point in his career where he's just average to below average. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, we know he's great, but he's 41. I don't know why the Steelers wanted him so badly, but Hopefully him and DK Metcalf, they do good or whatever. But Aaron Rodgers just not good anymore. I'm not gonna lie, he's just mid. Next, we have Geno Smith. Geno Smith, he's kind of underrated. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's gonna do really well, especially with this Raiders team, because they have Ashton Genty. They have a lot of good players. They have a new coaching staff that he is familiar with. Hopefully, Geno Smith is good with the Las Vegas Raiders, but he's just kind of average. Next, we have Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, he's gonna provide some good games for the Giants, but ultimately, the Giants aren't gonna keep him as a long. They're not really the priority. He's not the priority for them. He's just going to be there for 1 to 2 years, and hopefully Jackson Dart can learn from Russell Wilson. I mean, he is 36, and he really can't do the things that he can do, like when he was in Seattle, obviously. But he can really only just throw deep balls, and that's kind of really all he can do. But hopefully he can teach Jackson Dart a few things. So once Russ either leaves or retires, then Jackson Dart can come and be the QB1 for the Giants. Before we do the bridge QBs, I'm going to do I don't know yet. See, these are the players that don't have enough playing time, or they haven't played a single snap yet. So I really don't know what I can put them in for. So first, I'm going to put JJ McCarthy. Obviously, JJ McCarthy, he had a little bit of action in the preseason, but he ended up getting injured for the rest of the season. So hopefully he is good, because he did look pretty good in the preseason. Next, we got Michael Penix. Michael Penix, he did look good for those first 3 games. But I wonder what he can do this season. I think he's going to do really well, though. Him, Drake London, Bijan, Kyle Pitts, and Darnell Mooney and Raven McLeod. That's a pretty good wide receiver core. I think Michael Penix will do some big things in this league. I think he's going to lead this Falcons to the playoffs. We don't really have enough tape for him. I mean, 3 games, he was good in those 3 games, but yeah, I just don't know where I could put him at right now. Next, we got Cam Ward. He obviously hasn't taken a single snap in the NFL, so I don't know where I could put him. Last but not least, we have bridge QBs. These are the QBs that are just going to stay for a little while until a team can finally figure out what their quarterback situation is. So first, we got Joe Flacco. The Browns brought in Joe Flacco to be the starter because Deshaun Watson is hurt, but I don't even know if Joe Flacco will even start, because Shador, Dylan Gabriel, it's a whole long battle. I don't know who's going to be the starter at the end of this, but right now it's Joe Flacco. But Joe Flacco's going to come in until either Deshaun Watson comes back or Shador. So last but not least is Justin Fields. I really hope Justin Fields could succeed on this Jets team, but honestly, I really think he's just going to be there for a season or 2, and then maybe if the Jets are bad enough, they can probably snag Arch Manning or Lenore Sellers or somebody in that 2027 draft. But yeah, I hope Justin Fields does good with this Jets team, because the Jets aren't really that bad of a team. But we did see a little bit of flashes from him in those first 6 games that he played for Pittsburgh. Hopefully he can reach his potential, but I don't know if he ever will be able to. Last but not least, we have yikes. And this goes for Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, right now, it's not looking good for him. He obviously hurt his shoulder, and it looks like Daniel Jones is going to be the starter. But for Anthony Richardson, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. He's been one of the worst passers in. I think he is the worst passer in the whole NFL. Out of every starting QB, he's the worst passer. Hopefully he can be good, because I've heard the reports that he got his eyes fixed and that he's been working with the same person that helped Josh Allen. But right now, it's not looking good for Anthony Richardson, and if he doesn't lock in this season, this could be the last time we see him as a starter or even in the NFL. And lastly, Derek Carr retired, so let's pretend this is Tyler Shuck, and we're just going to put him at I don't know yet. But that's going to go ahead and wrap this tier list up. This is the tier list from top to bottom, if you want to see. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment what you think about this tier list, if it's good, bad, or whatever. Also, I'm open to feedback, so tell me what you liked about this video and what you did not like about this video. And this is also my first NFL video. I'm going to be incorporating NFL content in my YouTube videos. I'm gonna do NBA and YouTube. I mean NBA and NFL. So if you enjoyed this video, just like and subscribe and hit that follow button. And we're only 1 subscriber away from 10 subscribers, so please sub up. Anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all boys later, and I'm out. Peace.